All right, and all that cold air helping fuel the Midwest's snowiest start to the winter season in decades. That constant threat of winter weather, it doesn't only make travel tough for so many, it can also slow down emergency response.
Snow continues to fall in spots like Prairie, Wisconsin, where firefighters say one of the biggest challenges is right here in our neighborhood. Snow-covered hydrants can severely delay first responders in life or death situations. This video showing the sheer time and effort it can take to clear a hydrant. It took these firefighters 2 minutes, which is valuable time that can be lost in an emergency.
Speeding it up, and only if we could do that in real time, right? And it's heavy snow. We do want to welcome in Natalie Courtier, Community Risk Reduction Officer for Prairie Fire and EMS. For those who don't know, Natalie, you are not too far to the northeast of Madison if they're looking for a bigger town as a marker. But you're also now under another winter weather advisory with perhaps more snow and maybe some rain coming in. So walk us through your typical response, your protocol when you have to deal with these blocked hydrants and how you prepare.
Yeah. So these fire hydrants are what puts the fire out. We need the water from them to activate everything in the course of our job. Without easy access to these, we are delaying emergency response by upwards of 2 minutes. We have one group of people setting up the hoses. We have one group of people initiating rescue and response. So we need to be able to get to these right away. And with homes being completely engulfed in under 5 minutes, and take into account if you are having a hard time driving on the road with your car, we're going to be taking it slower with fire truck too. So all of those things compound, and we need to get to those hydrants.
Yeah, I mean, it's crucial time. 2 minutes is a matter of life and death. One thing I found interesting is when you think about the winter season, you want to light candles, you have fires going in your home. So it almost seems like this is a more prominent time where firefighters are probably making rescues. So what are some tips maybe that homeowners and businesses can do to mitigate their fire risk this winter season, but to also make sure that their hydrants are safe and easy to access for these firefighters?
So the first thing to mitigate your risk is don't use open flames. Whenever possible, choose other alternatives. Obviously, cooking on a gas stove is an open flame. Make sure you're attending your cooking at all times. Uh, Candles, switch to wax warmers. Christmas lights, follow the instructions on the package. There is a limit how many you can link together. Avoid power strips whenever possible. They are commonly overloaded, and those tend to be a huge fire cause, especially in the holiday seasons. And if you are using wood to heat or entertain as far as a fireplace, make sure you're getting those chimneys cleaned and do your tune-ups on your furnaces. As far as clearing the hydrants, the sooner you can get to them, the easier it is. Even if you're doing it 2 or 3 times throughout the snowfall, it's going to be a lot easier than dealing with the big mounds, especially after the plows go through. And definitely once they solidify, they turn into an ice block, and it's almost impossible to get through them at that point.
Natalie, I have a two-part question. First one, just off of what you were saying, is it then on the responsibility of the property owner?
It is.
Okay.
They're obviously a community resource. So if there's one near your home that isn't cleared, it's in your best interest to clear it. And a lot of times we use more than one fire hydrant. We will have 2 or 3 pumpers out there using hydrants from either side of the property. So look at your home, look which ones are closest, and go clear them if they're not cleared. And the other thing that we find a lot with our business districts, they contract out their snow removal. They forget to include that fire hydrant in their contract. It
Okay.
is the property owner's responsibility. But if you happen to notice one, go help.
You benefit from it directly,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
And then the
yes,
other thing,
absolutely.
I mean, you talk about how the snow can become compact and freeze, but we're talking about brutal cold. We've already had some very cold days in Wisconsin. We have deeper cold coming in at the end of the week for the weekend. That can also probably make it really tough to access those hydrants, right? At least with getting the hose attached and opening it up.
It does. When we ask you to clear them, when we do ask for 3 feet all the way around, that's because we're using big hoses. They go out a ways before they go down towards the ground. And we need access all the way to the road because that's how we hook the water to the fire truck. It's a very large hose out of the front of the fire hydrant. So without that access, all the way to the road, the hydrant is still pretty useless.
And jumping off of your question too,
Mhm.
Marissa, I mean, fire hydrant water freezes with
Yeah.
temperatures in sub-freezing, especially when we
Mhm.
could be talking about temperatures into the negatives. What are signs of maybe damage that the freeze and refreeze of your water within the fire hydrant? What are things that we can look for to know maybe if ours is inoperable or if maintenance need to be had? And who would we reach out to if you notice something's wrong with your fire hydrant to make sure that everything is ready to go in the event of an emergency?
Absolutely great question. In Wisconsin, in the colder climates, most of our hydrants, the valve is down below the frost level. So we have to turn the knob on the top of the hydrant a ton of times to get that water to come up. So the freeze typically isn't an issue, but if it is a little bit warmer of a day and you happen to notice water leaking out of a fire hydrant, that is a huge issue. You do need to let somebody know. In most places, the point of contact is going to be your local water utility. In some places, it might be the fire department. Here in Sun Prairie, we work wonderfully with our Sun Prairie utilities. They would be the ones to manage that for us.
And, and I just kudos to the fire departments. Just seeing how icy can get as they're spraying the water on some of these homes, right? It's also dangerous for them and how slippery it can be. And it's just a lot of cold air that's going to be in place for our crews that are out there through the next couple of weeks, it looks like.
Yes.
So we'll be safe. We appreciate you checking in. If anybody's watching from Wisconsin, but really any state,
Right.
it is in your best interest and also your duty to clear those fire hydrants. Best of luck as you navigate the rest of the winter season. Natalie Courtier, Community Risk Reduction Officer for Sun Prairie Fire and EMS. Thank you.
Thank you.